Hey Whole Helpers, I'm coming from my living room floor because I have a little friend who I'm looking after who doesn't like it when I go away, so she's joining us for the video. I'm coming on here today because I want to talk about something that comes up a lot in our trainings, in our coaching programs and with our clients. And that is the question around whether it's okay to do sessions, classes, workshops, whatever it is, for free in exchange for experience, exposure, what's the other one that comes up? And confidence. So I wanted to talk about this because there isn't a right or wrong answer. But it does all come down to your reasons, and it comes down to your boundaries, and it comes down to being strict with yourself about only having a strict period of time when you are offering something for free. So I just want to share something in my experience. When I started teaching yoga, I wanted to teach surfers. I knew that that's what I wanted to specialize in. And I was offered a job in France to teach at a surf camp for the whole summer in exchange for lodging and food. Now, I come from a dance background, which is terrible industry for choreographers, producers, directors, expecting a lot of dancers to do research and development, shows, whatever it is, for free in exchange for exposure or experience. Now, the problem with that is that you can't pay your bills with exposure or experience, and so you get a lot of poor and burnt out dancers. So it doesn't necessarily mean that doing something for experience is bad, because I took this job knowing that what I wanted out of that summer is to teach every day, to get to know more surfers, to teach surfers every day, to surf as well. Obviously, I was living in France. I had a great summer. But by the end of the summer, that was it. No more working for free. I gave myself a really strict deadline. I knew that this is not a habit that I wanted to be getting into, and I knew my reasons why I felt okay about teaching for free, essentially. And I think that's the key, is knowing your reasons. Let's say you just finished a training and you want to get some experience, you've got some ideas, you know the kind of people you want to work with. So you give yourself 1 month and you're like, I'm going to do 20 sessions in 1 month, or 10, or whatever it is, and offer them for free and be like, this is what I'm doing, guys. Grab them while you can, or come every Sunday. I'm going to be teaching here. And then at the end of that month, no matter how much people are loving it, no matter how many people are like, oh, it's a shame it's still free, I would still come if it's still free, you stop right there. You've had your experience, you gave yourself that deadline. Obviously, your experiences, you're going to keep growing on that as you teach more. But we have to keep coming back to the fact that charging money, spending money, buying something is an energy exchange. You want to come and join in? Come on in. Is an energy exchange. And if you don't have that energy exchange, what you're doing is just giving, giving, giving. It's not sustainable. And you don't get people showing up the way that they need to show up for themselves, because they haven't made that investment for themselves. So you're not doing yourself a service, and you're not doing your client a service. So in answer for whether I should take an opportunity that I've been given or asked to do, some classes or sessions or something for free, really check in with yourself about whether you are doing this from that place of like, shit, if I don't, I won't get this experience again, or it could lead to something else, or it'd be really good for them to see how I teach and then we'll see, or I don't think this person will continue working with me afterwards. They are all stories. They all come from scarcity. They're not coming from a place of owning your worth and knowing how transformative the practices that you're teaching are, and you holding space for those practices and the transformation that your clients will go through. So Rachel and I always say, if you want to be in the wellness space, if you want to grow a business, then you've got to hop on the personal development train, because all these instances, for this one we're talking about doing something for free, that's a mirror for you, and you have the opportunity to look into that mirror and see what stories are coming up for you. If they're rooted in that kind of like, oh shit, I should probably take it even though blah blah blah, that kind of like, oh, energy, rather than like, F yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that because I know that this will give me the experience that I want. The energy exchange is equal because what I'm getting is this, and that feels really good for me, and then no more. Nah, they ask again, be like, I really enjoyed the last session that we did before. Let's talk about a way of us continue working together in a way that's sustainable for me. And you can you can find some different ways of it working, of finding different ways of communicating that to people, so that you're not closing the door, but you're also stating your worth, and people really respect that. So, yeah, I wonder if there's anything else I want to say. There's a lot of activity happening as they're playing. Look at these guys playing behind me. Yeah, so the main thing is that it's not, working for free is not necessarily bad. I would never do that again. Never do it. If I had my time again, I would do it in that instant and within those boundaries again. But the company asked me to go back next summer. I didn't actually have a job lined up for the next summer because I got sick, another story. And I was hoping to get another job at the end of the summer. But I was in scarcity at that time. Like, I hadn't worked on my relationship with money. And so I was in scarcity at that time, and I did worry about, oh, maybe at least I'm doing something, I don't want to go back to working in a cafe, that kind of thing. But I was like, no, I said no, and I'm going to stick with that. So I said, hey guys, no, if it's a paid position, I'd love to have that conversation with you. But if it stays remain, it was, I loved, the time I had, but I won't be returning to that position in that capacity. And so as a result, the universe offered me other opportunities that were paid, because the way I see it is the university was like, yeah, she's stating her worth, so I'm going to give her an opportunity that represents that and that reflects that. So just check in with yourself if it comes from that gut feeling or comes from that, hell yeah. Hey, come on, little one. Now she's destroying the towel. Whee! Come on. And make sure that you're not just shying away from it because you feel that it's shying away from saying no because you feel that you might not get this opportunity again. So that's all I want to say about that. Let me know in the comments below whether you have been offered work in exchange for experience, exposure, and all that stuff. Often, that, by the way, if someone's saying that, it's BS. Like, I don't actually know anyone who's like genuinely got an offer that the exchange that they are offering is, with exposure or experience is worth it. They just don't want to pay, and that's their money mindset. Do you want to spend time with people like that? For me, I was like, I know that this is a bad offer, but for me, I know in this instance with the job in France, this is something that I can use for my advantage and then know more afterwards. So really check in with yourself and know that when you state your worth, universe, and that energy exchange and that position that you put yourself in will feed back and will give back tenfold, rather than just trying to get a little bit more experience here, an opportunity there, just in case it puts you in the right person, or then they decide that it's worth paying for later. No, none of that stuff. None of it. Put a lid on it. and come back to stating your worth, because what you are offering is transformative. You are unique in the way that you deliver it. You have unique experiences that you're adding into your offerings, and the energy exchange, and money is an energy exchange, has to be there. Otherwise you get burnt out and then you can't stay in your career any longer because you're too tired. And I've seen that too often. I burnt out. I had to rebuild myself, and I don't wish it upon anyone. And Rachel and I want to support people from ever getting in that position. There's a lot of activity here. I'm going to sign off. Let it know in the comments if you've been offered something for free, to work for free, whether you accepted it, how did it go? If you didn't, how did you tell them? And I think we'll learn a lot from each other. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those comments. Okay, guys, I'll let you go. Bye.